as soon as Rob raised his hand for that dagger, I feel like that should have been an indicator for everybody.
Yeah, it's like, look at him. He's got the murder weapon in his hand. What are you talking about?
Well, welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talkin TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about season 4 of The Traitors. We are talking about episode 10. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. So yeah, before we get into this episode of The Traitors, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification button and, comments. Let us know what your thoughts are, because right now we're in the home stretch.
Yeah.
So let's start off with this Rob. The frustrating aspect of him being able to escape everybody's grasp.
Yeah, I literally was like, is this the edit or are they just this dumb? I'm like, I just cannot believe the way that flipped back to Natalie and Tara like that. And Rob walked out with no votes.
Yes.
I'm like, how did this? As soon as Rob raised his hand for that dagger, I feel like that should have been an indicator for everybody.
Yeah, it's like, look at him. He's got the murder weapon in his hand. What are you talking about? He's not the person. He's the traitor. Like, stop it. I don't understand.
It's very much so giving believe black women the first time, because when Candace put that name out there, y'all should have believed her.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all giving y'all giving every single reason to not believe Candace. This is ridiculous. Like this, somebody voting for somebody was y'all theory for so many banishments, and all of a sudden that just goes out the window. It makes absolutely no sense. It's like sickening at this point. At this point, I'm just like, just hand Rob the money. Hand it to him.
It's annoying. I still hold out hope that there is no money for Rob at the end. That's all I have left. Okay. But I will say, watching this episode initially, I was kind of bored in the beginning because I was like, look at them, they dumb. And then when Tara started going around with that little plan, I started being like, okay, is it happening?
Yes,
like
that's the life of all people.
Yes, the life came into me. So I was like, this is the episode, but it just fell flat at the end. And I was just glad that they banished Natalie versus Tara, because I feel like if they banished Tara and she was like, I'm not a faithful, it would have flipped on Natalie. They would have thought they got the person and it never would have circled back to Rob. I think there's room for it to circle back to Rob right now, especially if Mark is smart and if Tara and fucking Johnny are smart. Like, come on. But do you have anything else to say on Rob? Because I have some things to say on Tara and this whole Natalie, like the whole situation at the banishment.
Let's go right into it. Yeah, let's go right into that banishment, child.
All right. You want me to go first, or you want to go first?
I'll go first. It was giving Tara, when she first started, she opened up the round table. I'm like, girl, not you backing down. Not you back it down and then want to pull out the Karen tears?
Not you. I ain't got time.
Bro.
Yeah. No.
That's exactly what happened.
I was very frustrated by Tara because the way she was operating the whole episode started being scary. And I'm like, this is why you have to move with the energy of I got this whenever you have a plan. Yeah, because all this, maybe next time, maybe not. It's like all of that him and Holland is how he escaped you again. And not only that, it's like you had this plan. I was very frustrated with Tara. Like, I felt Natalie's frustration. There's debate about whether Natalie caused herself to go home by doing all of this, but at the end of the day, I felt her. It's like, girl, you came in here, this was your idea, you put the battery in my back, and now I'm sitting here, you want me to lead the charge? I didn't like the way she even opened up the table. Like, I don't really want to.
She didn't want to take any responsibility for somebody else going home.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, just that's what we all here for. Colton asked how many times he got it wrong. He didn't care. He kept coming back, being bold the next day. And so it's like this sheepish game. That's why y'all are sheep, and that's why he's leading you to slaughter.
Yeah, when they lined up at the end in front of the coffin, I was like, congratulations, Rob. You ended the game with the dumbest people in the game. Like, quite literally. Everybody next to you is afraid to say your name for whatever reason. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. And then Maura coming down with all the conviction in the world. Not my boy, not my boy, not my boy. I'm like, girl, I don't know if this is pick-me energy, stupidity. Like, I was not sure what that was. Like, I'm like, girl, There's no way in hell. No, Candace was she said it was a throwaway vote.
Yeah. And I'm not even understanding how we didn't walk through the scenario. If you're faithful, like as a traitor, take the scenario about there's 3 traitors. Like you knew Lisa, because they keep just going back to the last vote, right? When they found out Candace was a traitor. But go back to the vote when you found out Lisa was a traitor. Yes. That's the first time Rob's name was mentioned. So obviously it wasn't technically maybe a throwaway. And so a scenario could be that, yes, as a housewife, she saw her fellow traitor getting turned on by someone who vocally led the charge that night. And she threw away a vote to be like, oh, if you're going to come for us, we're going to come for you. And so I don't understand how they don't see, like they keep only looking at the last vote. Look at the vote before that. It makes perfect sense. There are 3 traitors.
Yes. And the fact that on both times Rob voted that way, they were both traitors.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, it's a perfect story. I don't understand how they didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? Candace is upset because you're going after her fellow traitor. And then it's y'all battling. And so she's still upset. Yeah. Like, it's so simple that I don't understand. I don't even want to say that Tara and Johnny are dumb per se. Like, they're giving me just whatever. I wouldn't say dumb. Like, everybody else, yes. Maybe not Mark, but I don't even know. It's like they gotta be at some point. That's why they here.
And it's not overall you're dumb. It's just in this game, you're a little blind. You're blind, blind. Yeah. And my thing was like, even with Natalie, I'm like, if she's such a gamer in this experience, why wouldn't she have already gotten rid of Rob if she knew Rob had the dagger? Why would she keep Rob around? She would have murdered Rob. You know what I'm saying? As strategy to get rid of that double vote.
Yeah. No, that's something there. Look, let's talk about Natalie's banishment. I wonder if that's going to be what does it for Rob, because I'm like, they know now she's not a traitor. That's
and they had evidence. The strongest scent on her.
Yes, that's evidence. So it's like, it's obviously someone you're not suspecting. And so, child, these people.
So they're going to go right back to it being Tara or Johnny. Like, that's going to be the next one, because Mara ain't going against them.
Yeah.
Mark is still there.
Yeah. Not to flip ahead, but like, who do you think that they're murdering? Because I kind of think that they're going to murder Tara or Johnny, because it just makes strategic sense to, at the end, you don't want anybody to be able to throw that red fire flame out there, you know? And so at this point, it's clean up. It's clean up to the people who would still continuously choose to vote and vote again. And I think that's them too. So it's like, you got to get rid of them. And so
yeah, I think it's going to be Johnny, because Tara may not have the guts to speak up anymore.
He did.
That would be the smartest move. Yeah,
he did look very worried, standing there I think he was standing next to Rob. Was he the one standing right next to Rob?
Yeah,
he looked very worried. Like, he looked very worried. Maura kept being like, oh, it's me. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me, girl. It's unfortunate, but this is our last episode before the Traitors finale.
Yeah, and I've said it before. I want to be able to champion Rob. I think in the beginning he had some great strategy because it was so many people to juggle, but it's like now it's just you low key just been. But I guess at the same time, the way people have gone out has worked in his favor. You know, like. The way he has murdered people, the way people have been up for banishment, it's given him a silver platter to the end, quite honestly, you know? Because people just refuse to say his name. I'm like, what kind of juju he got going on in that castle that y'all just refuse to look at the actual evidence? Nothing else is actual evidence. It's just a feeling. Oh, well, you did this, you did that. Like, nothing else has been evidence besides the fact that 2 traitors went out back to back. He voted for both of them, and the last one voted for him twice.
Yeah. I want Mark to wake up, because he gives me that he could be possibly someone with some smarts.
Yo-yoing. I don't know.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. And I all this stuff about him being so fine.
Who?
Rob. How like he's so fine. I'm like, I don't even see. I'm not even trying to play him. I don't think he's an ugly man or anything like that. But there is nothing about him. And I'm like, maybe it's that cultural difference. I don't know because
it must be an in-person thing. I don't know. Maybe the overalls, the chest poking out. You know, sometimes people look way better in person. I don't know, because even in Love Island, they was falling all over Rob. So yeah, I don't know. I think Nick from this past season of Love Island that's a good looking white man.
Oh no,
you know?
Girl, Alandria, okay,
yeah,
keep him close. Like, no, I'm joking.
Yeah,
but yeah, Nick is that is a man that I can say, like, okay, this man is attractive. And I don't even feel like people fawn for Nick the way they fawn for Rob. Like, what's happening here? I don't know. Even Alan, like, I still keep going back to him talking about Rob is the greatest traitor. And I'm just like, y'all skipping past 3. But I do wonder if Rob wins because of the fact that Alan said that, because you cannot say he's the greatest traitor if he doesn't win. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he already knows what happens. So for him to say he's the greatest traitor, these people deserve just the whack-a-mole. Who does that? The slap upside the head.
Yeah.
The grandma
I feel like one of the questions on the application for this, or like how they made their final selections, was, have you seen the show?
Oh, right.
It had to be, because there's no way anybody who has seen the show. I was almost guessing, Natalie, did you watch the show? Because why hasn't traitor on traitor behavior happened? Either that, or they doing so much chopping and screwing because they want to give Rob this miraculous gamer winner edit that they're cutting.
Yeah, I think they don't watch the show. Like I said last time, they don't know their history. Okay, they don't know the Traitors' history. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people done been through this before, and they don't know because they don't watch the show. They don't know their history. I did a little video on TikTok and Instagram about that for Black History Month. Why knowing your history is important. So
go watch it. No.
Yeah, go watch it. It's important because this stuff, you repeat it. You're doomed to repeat it if you don't know your history. And so that's where we add. Anything else on Natalie's banishment?
No.
I will say this. She is one that she called a thing a thing. And we've talked about that before. She calls a thing a thing. She was not about to, like, when them emotions hit her, she will turn. She's like, oh, we going over here? No, we not. We gonna make a U-turn. We gonna go in a completely opposite direction because you got me fucked up. Like, that's how she rolls. And so I was like, I'm here for it.
Yeah, no, I was here for it too. And I'm like, and the way people use that as a reason to say, well, oh, maybe we actually need to vote for Natalie, shows you that people are uncomfortable with confrontation. People are uncomfortable with getting called out on their shit. Mm-hmm. And as soon as, I hate to say it, a white woman starts crying or feels defensive, now all of a sudden, like, oh no, the other person is a bad person. Especially, you know, Natalie, she got these muscles. She's a person of color, so it makes her an easy target. As soon as Natalie got up there with all of those emotions, even the way she was at the round table, I was like, there's no way y'all are about to put this girl's name down. I was sitting there thinking, like, how are they translating and perceiving her emotions? Because to me, it was giving, like, I feel defeated, I feel betrayed, and I'm hurt because y'all told me this was the plan, and I had to do a lot. It took a lot of courage for me to sit here and say, and now I'm leading the charge, and y'all don't want to back me up? Like, wow. You know? And I feel like for her to say that, it's like, you don't still think she's a traitor, do you?
Yeah.
So it took me to a whole bunch of places. I was like, this is why, like, for real, I'm like, this is why y'all don't be believing women of color. Like, because it made no sense. It made no sense for her to sit there and display all those emotions. And then at the end, Mark is like, no, there's no way Tara was putting on an act. There's no way. Those were real tears.
Yeah.
How do what's the difference?
Facts. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Kristen also got murdered.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, no.
I knew it was going to be her. Yeah, I knew it was going to be her. It was either going to be her or Natalie, of course. But I think the relationship that Rob and Natalie had kept Natalie safe at that round.
So?
Yeah, definitely. I think Rob was trying to put Eric under the bus a little bit more. So
yeah, I think that even though he talks in the confessionals like he's not, I think he was trying to put Eric under the bus a little bit more. But I also think that strategically, Natalie was a better fall guy than Kristen would never get banished, but at the end of the day, he need to be worried about making sure people ain't gonna throw no red rock up in there, because that's what you need to worry about at this point. And so I guess before that point, Natalie was on his team, and so I don't know. So I guess he felt like Kristen, she's not going to get banished. I don't know. So let me just knock her out here. But she probably wouldn't have thrown in a rock for him, a red rock either. Because it's also, though, he seemed like he came in with the plan of Natalie, even like he was like, Kristen needs to go here, Natalie needs to get banished. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It didn't even seem like it was because of her actions. He already had a plan to banish her. You know what I mean? Or to that to be the strategy of the day. And every time Maura be sitting there when he was pushing that to her, like, we gotta do Natalie, boom, 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 boom. He walked out the room, and Maura was like, it's almost like you think, like, is her brain about to turn on? And then it don't. You know what I'm saying? It don't.
I be feeling like this was they put another scene in here because the moments didn't connect. Because the thoughts didn't connect.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's get on to predictions. What do we think? Official. Do you think
I would love to say that Rob is not going to win, but at this point, I don't know. I feel like they're going to get Eric before they get Rob.
Yeah. No, I think I'm unclear about what it's going to be, but I do think it's going to be Eric. I think that the person who's banished or who was murdered is Johnny. And then I think they're going to somehow do Tara. And then I think they're going to possibly even, because how many more round tables are there? There's more?
No more. That was the last one. All that's left is the final challenge.
Well, that's the last one where they get to
reveal
the identity. But I think there's one or two more.
There should be one more challenge, and then the throwing of the rocks.
And so how many will that be? How many
4
people? That'll be 4 people left?
Yeah.
It feels like an odd number. I don't know. But either way, I feel like the people who would throw a red rock in there, that's what it's really going to come down to. I don't think it's going to be Maura. Of course, it's not going to be Eric, and it's not going to be Rob. I think that it'll be probably Mark who will throw a red rock, and then he's either going to vote out Eric or he's going to vote out Rob. And so I think one of them is going to win, but we'll see.
See, child. We're going to see. So, yeah, that is it for Traitors Season 4, Episode 10. We will catch you next week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, notification bell. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Wherever you are listening, we appreciate you. Yes, and we will catch you for the Traitors finale and reunion. We'll be covering both.
Yes, we will. I'm excited for that. All right, bye.
Bye.